this a little bigger so you don't see the answers up front. Okay, well, we're going to work through these so you don't see the answers, but you see that me work them out. Okay. That'll be a little bit better than just seeing the answers. Okay, let's make this. So we're doing journal entries, right? Effectively following our issuance of stock. I think below it says do the journal entry. So I'm going to do it all in shorthand. Yeah, so account, we're going to have a debit and we're having a credit. And let's just go ahead and put a little notation on here. Insert transaction. Okay, so for one, a corporation issued 3,000 shares of $10 par value common stock for $36,000 in cash. So the account, sorry, the account is going to be, I'm just formatting this so I can manage it a little bit better. The account, let's see, what's the debit account? We'll start off with that.
Well, cash.
It's going to be cash, absolutely. And how much is it going to be for?
36.
Perfect. Okay, and where's it going to go?
We're going to go to common stock on the credit side, probably for the $30,000.
Okay, that should be, oops. Yep, that
Doesn't
should be,
there, is there an excess on this? Because 10,
nice catch. Nice catch.
would be 30,000, and then there should be a, I can't remember what they called that above, over and above.
It's called paid in capital. So it's a common stock usually paid in capital.
That's over and above the par value.
So reality, this one is going to be the we have plus $10 times 3,000, right? And then the difference is going to be over here, which is going to be the cash received minus the value of the common stock, and it's going to be 6,000.
That's what I was working on late last night. Going back and forth. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how it works out. So the first part is the 3,000 shares at $10. The next one is going to be your paid in capital for the difference between the cash received, which is 36, and the amount that gets recorded to the common stock at par value. And that's going to be your 6 paid excess. Okay, so 2, a corporation issued 1,500 shares of non-par common stock to its promoters in exchange for their efforts, estimated to be worth $49,500. The stock has a $3 per share stated value. I love this. Issued non-par common stock to its promoters in exchange for their efforts. Effort sounds like an expense.
Well, weren't the promoters the ones that they said you hired to help get you incorporated?
Yeah, so that could be an asset in the sense that it's a startup cost, or like a startup cost. I'm not exactly sure what side that's going to be classified as, either an asset or an expense. Depends on a couple of different things, but we'll just call it startup expenses or promoter expenses. How about that? Promoter.
And it could be like an account payable, maybe, that you're going to get credit for.
They're not, because they're going to get they're getting
stock and
equity, right? They're getting equity. So it's not going to be a more than likely it's not going to be a liability, because they're not it's not a warrant, meaning that they get paid back. It's just going directly. I'm just going to assume it's a cost. There might be, I'm sure there's going to be a drop down that you can choose that'll have something. I don't know what it is right now, but we're just going to say this is $49,500. Okay, whatever it is. It could be an asset, as like as a startup cost, or it could be an expense on the income statement. But either way, it's going to be a debit. Then the Stark has $3 par share, so we're going to do common stock, no par. Stated value is 3, so it's plus 3 times how many did we get? 1,500. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so common. We'll see if I got this right when we're done. Stock paid in capital. Okay, and this would be the same. That minus this. Okay, in this other case, 3 non-par stock in exchange for the estimated 49. The stock has no stated value. Okay, only difference here, promoter cost 49,500, common stock. Oh, come on, stock, no par, and no stated value. We're just going to do 500. There we go.
Because you can make it whatever you want, right? If they don't have an amount listed, it's just whatever.
Yep. No par.
So you don't have to break it down.
At 3. Nope. And then 4, corporation issued preferred stock. So we're going to go with cash again, because this is 105,750. And issued 750. Let's come over here, plus 750 times 75. Is that right?
No, I think you had a,
Oh, plus
uh-huh.
times 75. That didn't seem right to me. So this is preferred stock. And then preferred stock. Probably have too many R's. Preferred stock paid in capital. Okay, that's how I think it is done. Shall we double check? See if I sent you down the wrong path? It is possible.
It's always exciting to see that result.
It's always possible. Okay, so you see that one's right. This one's right. No par value. Oh, what they do is, see, they did organizational expenses. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
what they called that.
yeah,
instead
that's
of
what we
promoter.
called that. Organizational expenses. Helps if I know how to spell sometimes, or hit the right keys. Okay, same with this one down here. Oops, wrong one. That one. Okay, and then this one, cash, preferred stock 75 par value, and preferred stock paid in capital 49.5. Voila. Does that help, Ines?
Yeah.
You
It threw me a
sure?
little bit off on the number 3 because we didn't have the common stock, but I got it. Just debit, and then the full amount was credited on the
Yeah, because there's no value to it, right?
Yeah.
It's no par.
Okay.
Todd, any questions?
Just trying to get down the normal balance
The normal balance.
between the different types of accounts, because I know that on that first exam in week 5, there's a bunch of questions about that.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. If it's an asset, debit. If it's a liability or equity, credit. Revenue, credit. Expense, debit. There's a few contra accounts here and there that kind of throw you off.
Like the unearned revenue.
Unearned revenue, credit, Yep.
Yeah, so it's one of the things I'm learning about revenues, not all revenues are an equity. It's, you have to look at the type of revenue, and the unearned one is one of the primary ones that's the opposite.
It's a liability.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. it's a
So
liability.
my handy dandy little Word document. Even when I take some of these little quizzes here, there's times where I have to go back to that just to remember. So I'm not having to dig through the various chapters in the smart book there to try to find the answers and stuff. And it helps reaffirm to me as I'm doing these little quizzes, if there's certain areas that I have to keep going back